Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jamie, cruising the land, and I just arrived for a special day for my 200 series build. So if you've been following along, or if you haven't, you should. This right here is my 200 series. I call it United Nations, and I am at Off-Road Warehouse, ORW, in Marietta, or Temecula, if you will, as they have on their site. And we are getting suspension, tires, all that done. Let me flip this around, and voila. So ORW, Off-Road Warehouse, and we're here first thing in the morning for this suspension. So I'm going from the original tires here. Well, actually original, these are 285/60s, some BFGs. So that's 31.5-inch diameter, and I'm going to 315s, which is not a true 35, it's 34.4. Here's a sneak peek. Yankee Gold Rock Warriors, powder coated with a black bead locker. So that is going on all four corners, and we're doing a suspension. So stay tuned. I'm going to share with you the suspension I chose for this 200. To me, it's the beefiest one, but was lacking in rear weight capacity because I got a drawer system back there. I got the SLE rear bumper. I've got the rooftop tent. So this gets heavy pretty quick. So I did kind of a combo of Icon, Stage 6, and Dobinson. So stay tuned. This is the before picture. Just wait till this 200 series gets all done up. Wheels alone, I'm going to go up 1.5 inches because it's a 3-inch difference between the 31.5 and the 34.4. This currently has an Old Man Emu base lift 2-inch on it. We're going up to 3.5. So that all told will be an additional 3 inches to what we see here right now in lift. All right, let me go inside, get this thing checked in, and stay tuned to check it out. All right, so here she comes, and going into that bay over there is where she'll spend the day getting this suspension. Here we go. All right, there she is up in the air, looking good. So these are the Old Man Emus coming out. And this is what's going in. So check it out. If you know Icon, it all comes this color, and I wanted to delete all silver and chrome. So I did do a wrap. It's a 3M 20P wrap, gold. And then everything else is Yankee Gold to match the wheels. So this Icon here, the lower control arm. So just wait till it's all in. It's gonna look so good. All that coming out. This, even though it's like one of the class leading upper control arms in a 200 series, getting replaced with the Icon. And you do that because it's gonna give more flex. It's obviously the geometry for the new suspension. You really can't go with your existing because this is going to limit your flex. So that other control arm is going to be a little longer, giving you a little bit more drooping in the flex. All right, stay tuned. Wheels are off. Anybody in SoCal, if you're interested, these actually fit with the 5x150 bolt pattern. They'll fit a 1998 and up. So all V8s, put it that way, LX 470, 570, and Land Cruiser 100s and 200s. So if you have a 100, I had these on a 2003 100 series. It looked amazing. And then here's the larger 315, the TRD Rock Warriors in Yankee Gold and black bead lockers. All right, stay tuned. We're cranking away on this. All right, that's the Dobinson coil spring for heavier, like a 600-pound payload. And there is the Icon shock reservoir. We're gonna have to route the reservoir. That's coming along. Take a look at the other side. Shock still has to go in. There is the lower control arm. So since Icon, I was going to talk about suspension. Icon does the lower control arm, the upper control arms for the front. They do not do a upper rear control arm. So I got the Dobinson. That should be in right up there. Those are going in. And also the rear panhard, which is going to go in as well. So what what Icon doesn't sell, and I went with Icon because they got the 3.0 3-inch front shock coilover, which is the beefiest out there. So wanted to go with that. But this is a powder coated Dobinson. They come black. I powder coated it to go with the, since I was powder coating a bunch of stuff. That's the rear panhard rod, which Icon does not sell. Icon also does not sell the bump stops, which are in here somewhere. So here we go. The bump stop for the front, not needed for the rear. So, you know, Icon, I did everything except for the rear coils, and then added the upper rear control arm, the diff drop. There's some of my old stuff coming out. So the diff drop kit, bump stop kit, rear panhard rod also, so you can adjust the rear end, and most importantly the rear springs, which are going to be able to handle more payload. Because remember, the coil, that's for payload. The spring inside or in the rear, they're separate, is for the ride quality, rebound, and what have you. All right, it's coming along. The front will be next. All right, there's the rear. So we have the panhard rod. We have the Dobinson, both Dobinson, stiffer suspension, upper control arms that you can't see right now, the Icon lower control arms, so the upper in the rear is Dobinson, the Icon right here, just missing the wheel, but that's looking great. There's that rear upper control arm on both sides right here. That's Dobinson. So it's dialed in perfectly. So nice. All right, while they start working on the front, let's check out the shop. So not only do they have the 3 bays to do lifts and all, this is their shop. Nice and cool in here on a hot summer day. So they have rims galore. So you name it, Icon, Method, a whole bunch of different wheels and tires to choose from. So this is where I got my 315 BFGs. What I like is they have static and dynamic balancing. So the bigger your tire, you want to get dynamic. So they have worn winches, they have recovery gear, you name it, PRP seats, Yeti, bed racks. So they'll pretty much do everything here, suspension, no engine work so to speak, but like, you know, headers, air boxes, magna, airflow, like performance parts to your truck, pickup, Jeep, 4x4, you name it. So that's what I liked here. One-stop shop for tires, for balancing, for mounting, alignment. They have the alignment in their shop, and most importantly, the suspension. And they rep, you know, especially for the Land Cruiser guys, ARB or OME, Dobinson, Icon, and my whole lift, as you can see, is a Dobinson Icon mix because of the purpose of my overland vehicle being heavy in the back, needing heavier springs. So yeah, this is the shop, super nice. And they have 11 locations, so I believe 5 in California. They're in Nevada, in Arizona, in Colorado, and in Georgia. And these guys are growing because they're doing it right. All right, that's the shop. Let's go back down and see how they're doing on that front suspension. So here's a couple more reasons why you want to go with a reputable shop. Let's start with when you get your tires, right, you don't want to go to any tire shop. You want to make sure they're doing a dynamic, not static. So static means they're only doing one row of weights. So you see I've got weights here and here. So dynamic means you have weighting on both sides of the rim. When you start to go 33, especially 35, 37 and up, you want to do dynamic. Another thing, and very important, because this could have cost me a couple days waiting for parts, the control arm, which is this lower control arm, the bolt on the other side, he's working there right now, so I'm showing you on this side, was frozen, would not move. They were doing everything, impact hammer, major leverage with a breaker bar, everything. They pulled out all the stops, and it was like, uh-oh, need to order a lower control arm, which would have cost me a few $100 plus a bolt, plus we would have had to have waited till Tuesday. It's Friday today. So luckily they heated it up and they got it loose, got it out. So saved the day, saved me money, to be quite honest. And I'm gonna be able to drive home instead of having the wife come pick me up. So again, you want guys that know what they're doing, that have done suspensions like this time and time again, on Tundras, on 4Runners, on Land Cruisers. I mean, they do a lot of pickup trucks too, let's face it. That's big population lift there, pickup trucks for sure. But you know, important stuff. By the way, this is the Bud built. So this here is to protect against rocks hitting this, which is really, without this being here, it's not very well protected. So the Bud belt is done in a way that it protects your lower shock arm from debris, from rocks, from boulders, as you are overlanding, rock crawling, you name it. So make sure wherever you get your tires, before you buy them, ask them, hey, you guys have a balance machine for 35s and up? Yeah, cool. Do you do static or dynamic balancing? So you want dynamic. Gonna give you the best ride possible. And those tire shops that just balance your front and not your rears, hate that. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna rotate your tires at some point. And then when you rotate, you're gonna have a shake in the front because they never bothered balancing the rear because they're trying to save money. Get all 4 tires balanced every single time, and your spare. Get them all balanced. Be smart. Don't regret it in the future. All right, he's working on the front. We're getting there. All right, we are up on